Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. Thank you for stopping by. I have this little bag to share with you today. It's a very long, more rectangular bag, and it has a little Velcro closure, this one, and you open it up and it's a good size. And this is actually a bag we made recently in Car Club, and I thought I would share it with you here on my blog. And then you've got here as well this lovely designer series paper, and this is the delightfully eclectic designer series paper. So let's make another one. This time I'm going to be using a different colorway. This was Old Olive and this paper here was Fresh Freesia in the background color. This time I'm going to be using Lost Lagoon, and I've got an A4 sheet of paper here, a full sheet, and on the short side we're going to score at 1 3/4 inches all the way down, and then we're going to score again at 6.5 inches all the way down, and then we're going to turn it to the short side and we are going to score at 4 inches, at 5 3/4 inches, and at 9 3/4 inches, just like that. Okay, and now we're going to make our little bag. So let's get started. All the measurements for the scoring and everything will be on the blog post on my website, so don't worry about that. You'll find them all there, so you don't need to remember everything. We are now just going to fold on all of our score lines very quickly, as you can tell, and just get them nicely folded. And on my blog there will be a template that you can see that will help you with this. So now we're going to do a little bit of cutting, and just to show you, your bag will fold something like that. Okay, so what we're going to do along here is we're going to, on the long side, we're going to cut along the score line up to the first score line, just to release these tabs. Okay, and just like that, and then do the same on the other side, along the score line to the score line, like that. And now you'll be able to see better how the box is going to come together. This is going to fold in like this, this is going to fold in like that, and then this is going to fold down. So we need to get rid of these two squares here at the top. Okay, so let's do that now. Okay. Just like that. Okay, and now this is going to be our front flap, so I want to round the corners, so I'm just going to use a corner rounder. You could use your scissors or whatever. I've had this corner rounder in my stash for yonks, so didn't do that very well, so let's try it again. There we go. Ugh, what am I doing wrong today? There we go, much better. So we can start to put our paper down. So this will be the inside with our flaps flapping up. Now turn it to the outside. And we're going to put our paper here and here in these big rectangles. I'm going to use the delightfully eclectic paper again, and I'm going to use this heart, but this has a orientation unlike the paper before, so you need to make sure that your paper is in the correct orientation. So this piece, the strip across the center here, is your base, so everything needs to point down to your base. If you do that, you'll stay in the correct orientation. So let's put some glue I like this, the other side with all of these letters here. You can cut these out, or if you've got an electronic die cutting machine, it's not electric, an electronic one, you can set it so it could cut all of these letters out for you, and you could use those on your scrapbook page as well, which would be really fun. For now, I'm just going to use these pretty hearts. Remember my orientation. Okay. And then these two pieces are going to be here on the flap, so I want to round corners here as well. So that's going to sit like that. So let's round those corners. And then when this flaps down, you want to round these corners too. Now, on my outside one, I am going to put my paper on already. Here we go. Perfect. So now time to make our box up. So I'm going to put some glue on these two flaps here on the outside, these two square flaps that you can see here. There we go. I'm going to fold these in. I'm going to fold this back where we've got the flap, and we want to keep everything squared off as much as possible, as you can see here, and just pinch to hold. So on the same side here, fold this flap up, bring this one around from the back, and just make sure everything is nicely squared off there. And then you're going to fold this up and around, and now your seam will be on the back of your box just like you want it to be, or your bag. So let's put a bit of glue here. And here. And if you bring this down and fold this up, and then you can check that everything is, but you've got wriggle room with your glue, you can check that everything seems to be squared off, and just pinch to get that glue to start to take. And do the same on the other side, just fold this round, make sure everything is squared off, and pinch. And then what you'll do is you'll go in with something flat. I'm going to use my handy dandy bone folder and just really press that down to get that glue to take, and do the same on both sides. And the bone folder is great because it has a point so you can get into the corners. Okay, so now we are going to take our bag, and you're just going to pinch with your fingers in the center, just like this. You can see me doing, just pinch in and let the front and the back meet, and this will flap over, and then you'll see on the side here it's starting to want to go in, and just use your fingers to help it and just massage it, and you get this lovely, very organic flow. So just pinch in, push this down, and there you go. Okay, make sure everything is stuck down. So now we're going to put a magnet. This time I'm going to use a magnet to hold everything in place. Last time I used Velcro. This time I thought we would change it up and I'd use a magnet. So these are just small little magnets, and I'm just going to use what you call this tape, tear and tape, to hold this in place, just like that. I'm going to put my other magnet on top, that way I can make sure I have it in the right orientation. And this time, because I haven't hidden it under this paper, you could hide it under that paper if you wanted to. Sometimes I find if I do that, if I hide both sides down, I don't know why, I find the magnet doesn't take as nicely. So I tend to just hide nowadays one side down. But you do whatever makes you happy. It's your project, your design. No one should tell you how or what you do. So I've put a glue dot there now, so to hold it. Bring this down, give it a bit of a pinch. There we go, there's our magnet in place. Now I can remove the tear and tape, the backing from that, and we can stick down our last piece of designer series paper. And then fold that over, and there is our little bag. Isn't that cute? I love it. So let's do a little bit of decoration. Let's do a tiny bit of stamping. So stamp set I'm going to be using is this one, Pansy Patch. It's an old one but a good one, and we're going to use Happy Birthday. And I'm going to take a scrap piece here of basic white, and I'm going to use Pretty Peacock because that's the colour in the background here of this designer series paper, so we can have everything nicely matching. And then I'm just going to stamp. There we go. Happy, but we'll smudge that a bit, so let's just do it again. Yeah, much better. Okay, let's close up the ink pad before something falls in it. Put all of that out of harm's way. I'm going to bring in a punch. This is the double oval punch. And I'm just going to, whoopsie daisy, I'm just going to cut out my piece here so I don't punch all of my cardstock. Get that out the way. And then I'm just going to punch this out using the smaller of the two punches. You've got the double oval, so you've got both sizes here in one punch, which is just so clever. So there, whoops, try and get it as straight or as lined up as you can. There we are. And then I'm going to take a scrap piece here of Lost Lagoon, and we're going to stamp the bigger oval, which is scalloped. There we are. And then your punches, if you don't know, if you close them like this, push this up, that locks your punch. And to unlock it, you just push it down. I've had people ask me about that, so that's how you work your punch. Okay, so let's take a little bit of glue and on the back of our sentiment and put that down there. Close this up and get some dimensionals. Get a couple here on the back. Take these backings off, toodaloo backings, and then just here on the front, just like that. So there you have that bag, and then you have this one here. So I hope you like this project. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you wanted more information about the project, the supply list, the measurements, etc., it's all on the blog post on my website. And the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.